Why did Carl Jung advise the elderly to leave their wives when she says, "We need to talk"? Because even he knew that the only thing scarier than the shadow self is a wife with a to-do list. Hey there, fabulous folks. Welcome back to the channel, where we serve up wisdom with a side of wit. Today, we're diving into the 5 phrases that might just have you packing your bags faster than you can say, anima and animus. Welcome to a journey through the intricate tapestry of relationships, guided by the profound wisdom of one of psychology's most influential figures, Carl Jung. Carl Jung was not just a pioneer of analytical psychology, he was a seeker of the deeper truths that govern human behavior. His insights into the human psyche emphasized the importance of understanding ourselves and each other. In relationships, particularly in marriage, psychological health is paramount. Jung believed that our interactions are often a reflection of our inner world, and thus, communication becomes a vital cornerstone of any partnership. As we delve into the complexities of marital communication, it's essential to recognize that certain phrases can signal deeper issues, warnings that should not be ignored. Understanding what these phrases mean can help us navigate relationships more effectively. Jung would advise that we pay attention to the symbols and signs in our interactions, as they can often illuminate unresolved conflicts and emotional disconnects. Today, we'll explore 5 crucial statements that, when uttered, may indicate a need for serious reflection, perhaps even a reevaluation of the relationship itself. Jung's insights remind us that while love is a powerful force, it must be nurtured with clear and honest communication. Join us as we unpack these critical phrases and explore how Jung's wisdom can guide us toward healthier, more fulfilling relationships in our later years. Effective communication is the cornerstone of a healthy marriage. It's not merely about exchanging words, it's about connecting on a deeper level. When we talk about effective communication, we mean the ability to express thoughts and feelings clearly and honestly, while also being open to understanding our partner's perspective. In stark contrast, poor communication can lead to misunderstandings, resentment, and ultimately, a breakdown of the relationship. Imagine a couple increasingly speaking past each other, with assumptions replacing dialogue. Over time, these miscommunications can create a wall of emotional distance that feels insurmountable. Carl Jung, the renowned psychologist, understood the profound impact of communication on our relationships. He believed that our words are not just a means of conveying information, they are reflections of our inner psyche. Jung suggested that how we express ourselves often reveals our true selves, our fears, desires, and unresolved conflicts. When a partner says something hurtful or dismissive, it can be a window into their unconscious struggles. Jung encouraged us to listen not just to the words spoken, but to the emotions behind them. In a marriage, this means being attuned to the underlying feelings that prompt our partner's words. So, when faced with challenging statements from your partner, consider this: what might they be feeling? What fears or insecurities are surfacing? This perspective fosters empathy and understanding, essential components of effective communication. In essence, nurturing a healthy marriage requires more than just love, it demands an ongoing commitment to communicating effectively. By embracing Jung's insights, we can transform our dialogues into opportunities for growth, paving the way for deeper intimacy and understanding. As we delve deeper into the psychological underpinnings of marriage, it's essential to consider Carl Jung's profound insights on relationships. Jung believed that our interactions with our partners are often influenced by the collective unconscious, a shared reservoir of experiences, symbols, and archetypes that shape our perceptions and behaviors. In the context of marriage, these archetypes can emerge in various forms. For example, the hero might seek validation through accomplishments, while the caregiver might sacrifice her own needs for the sake of her partner. Understanding these roles can illuminate why conflicts arise and how they perpetuate over time. Jung also emphasized the importance of shadow work, the process of confronting and integrating the parts of ourselves that we often ignore or deny. In a marriage, this means recognizing the traits we might project onto our partners. When we refuse to acknowledge our own shadows, we risk falling into a cycle of blame and resentment. For Carl Jung, embracing our shadows is vital for personal growth and relationship harmony. When partners engage in this work together, they can transform their conflicts into opportunities for deeper understanding and connection. Marital challenges often serve as mirrors, reflecting our innermost fears and desires. So, before making drastic decisions like leaving a partner, consider Jung's wisdom. Reflect on the archetypes at play and engage in shadow work. These practices can empower you to navigate the complexities of marriage, fostering not just survival, but a thriving partnership grounded in mutual understanding. In the world of relationships, communication is the thread that weaves two lives together. However, certain phrases can act as red flags, signaling deeper issues that may require immediate attention. Drawing from Carl Jung's profound insights, today we will explore 5 concerning statements that may indicate serious problems in a marriage. If your partner says, "You never listen to me," it could imply a significant emotional disconnect. This phrase not only highlights a lack of communication but also evokes feelings of isolation and frustration. By dismissing her concerns, you risk deepening this emotional chasm, leading to long-term resentment. Addressing this early is crucial. Another alarming phrase is, "I don't feel loved anymore." This statement can carry profound psychological weight. It indicates a potential erosion of affection and trust. If you hear this, it's vital to recognize the urgency. Ignoring such feelings can lead to emotional detachment and a breakdown of the relationship. Next, when she says, "I need space," it may seem benign at first glance. However, it can serve as a warning sign that she feels overwhelmed and disconnected. Rather than seeing this as a request for solitude, view it as an opportunity for dialogue. Discussing boundaries and needs can pave the way for a healthier connection. If you hear, "I'm tired of trying," it's essential to recognize the emotional toll this statement carries. It reflects a sense of defeat and hopelessness, suggesting that your partner feels their efforts go unrecognized. Such feelings, if left unaddressed, can lead to an irreversible deterioration of the relationship. Lastly, when she exclaims, "You make me unhappy," it's crucial to understand that this is not merely an accusation, it's a cry for help. This phrase encapsulates the psychological impact of unaddressed grievances. Ignoring it can result in prolonged suffering for both parties. Recognizing these red flags early allows you to address issues before they spiral into larger conflicts. By fostering an environment of open dialogue, you can navigate the complexities of your relationship with understanding and compassion. Remember, the key to a thriving marriage lies in the willingness to listen, engage, and evolve together. "You never listen to me." This phrase can be a devastating blow in any relationship, especially within the context of marriage. Today, we delve into the implications of this statement, drawing upon Carl Jung's insights and psychological understanding. When someone says, "You never listen to me," they're often expressing a deep-seated feeling of being unheard. This phrase is not merely a complaint, it signifies a longing for emotional validation. The individual is seeking acknowledgement of their thoughts and feelings, craving a connection that seems to be missing. Jung emphasized the importance of communication in relationships, noting that emotional validation plays a crucial role in establishing intimacy. When one partner feels unheard, it can lead to feelings of isolation and resentment. This emotional disconnect can fester, leading to broader issues in the relationship if left unaddressed. Jung's perspective on projection is particularly relevant here. Often, when one partner feels neglected, they may project their own feelings of inadequacy onto the other. They might say, "You never listen to me," as a way to externalize their inner turmoil. It's vital to recognize that this projection can cloud communication, creating a cycle of misunderstanding. For the partner on the receiving end, this statement can feel like an accusation, sparking defensiveness. However, understanding the emotional roots beneath those words is crucial. It's an opportunity for both partners to engage in deeper self-reflection. By acknowledging the underlying issues, feelings of neglect, the need for connection, and the projection of personal insecurities, couples can begin to foster healthier communication. In the end, addressing these feelings head-on can lead to a more fulfilling and empathetic relationship, steering clear of the emotional pitfalls that can arise from these critical phrases. As we delve deeper into the emotional landscape of a marriage, we must confront a painful truth: when one partner feels unheard, the psychological impact can be profound. This is especially true for those in the later stages of life, where emotional exchanges can carry even greater weight. When a spouse expresses feelings of being ignored, perhaps uttering phrases like, "You never listen to me," the immediate response might be defensiveness. However, let's pause to unpack what happens internally for the one who feels dismissed. In this moment of emotional neglect, an individual can quickly spiral into a state of increased isolation. Feeling unheard creates a barrier, a chasm that separates partners, leading to a profound sense of loneliness, even in the same room. As isolation deepens, the potential for resentment to build becomes all too real. The unaddressed grievances, small and large, can accumulate like a heavy fog, clouding the relationship and making it difficult for either partner to find clarity or resolution. What once may have been a minor disagreement can morph into a significant source of discord, creating a toxic cycle of blame and withdrawal. Furthermore, the impact on mental health cannot be overstated. Feelings of unworthiness can take root. Self-esteem may wane, and anxiety can flourish, leading to sadness or even depression. Carl Jung emphasized the importance of integrating our emotions, suggesting that ignoring these feelings only leads to greater turmoil within ourselves. In the light of this understanding, it becomes crucial to address communication breakdowns with compassion and urgency. In our next segment, we'll explore the second phrase that can signal deeper issues within the marriage. Stay with us as we continue this journey of understanding. In the realm of relationships, words hold immense power. When a partner utters the phrase, "I regret marrying you," it sends shockwaves through the very foundation of the bond shared. This statement embodies a deep-seated discontent that can unravel years of commitment and trust. Carl Jung emphasized the importance of choice in our lives, particularly concerning relationships. He believed that marriage is not merely a contractual obligation but a profound choice that reflects our deepest values and aspirations. When one partner expresses regret, it suggests a failure not only in the relationship but also in the alignment of those values. Regret in a marriage often signifies an internal struggle, where one partner feels trapped in a situation they never fully embraced. This sentiment can stem from unmet expectations, unfulfilled dreams, or a sense of lost identity. Jung proposed that relationships should nurture our growth, allowing both partners to evolve together. Regret, however, can indicate stagnation, a sign that one or both individuals are feeling confined within the marriage's limitations. Moreover, this phrase can carry the potential for emotional manipulation. When someone expresses regret, it can be a tactic to shift blame or sow doubt in the other person's mind. It can lead to a toxic cycle where one partner feels compelled to constantly prove their worth, often at the expense of their own emotional well-being. Understanding the gravity of such a statement is crucial. It's not just a moment of vulnerability, it's a call to reevaluate the very essence of the relationship. Jung urged individuals to reflect on their choices and the implications they carry. If regret becomes a recurring theme, it may be time to confront the reality of the relationship and consider whether it fosters growth or hinders it. As we delve deeper into the complexities of relationships, we arrive at a pivotal theme: understanding regret. Regret can seep into the fabric of a marriage, often revealing itself in painful moments. But what drives this feeling? One major factor contributing to marital dissatisfaction is unmet expectations. We enter relationships with hopes and dreams, painted in vibrant colors. Yet, when reality falls short, it can lead to feelings of disappointment and resentment. It's important to recognize that these expectations are often unspoken, festering beneath the surface until they erupt into conflicts. Carl Jung, a profound thinker in the realm of psychology, emphasized the journey of individuation, the process of becoming who we truly are. In relationships, this journey can become complicated. If one partner feels they have lost their identity or sense of self, regret can emerge. They might look back and question the choices they made, wondering how they ended up in a place that feels so far removed from their authentic selves. Regret doesn't just stem from the past, it can also serve as a mirror reflecting present discontent. When one partner expresses feelings of regret, it often points to deeper issues that need addressing. These aren't simply words, they're cries for change, for understanding, and for a longing to rediscover the connection that once flourished. Understanding regret in relationships is vital. It signals the need for dialogue and healing. Instead of allowing it to fester, couples can use these feelings as catalysts for growth, exploring their unmet expectations and the journey of individuation together. So, as we reflect on the wisdom of Carl Jung, let us remember, recognizing and addressing regret may be the first step toward rekindling the spark that once ignited your love. In the realm of relationships, one phrase can signal a profound shift in emotional dynamics: "You make me unhappy." This statement, while often uttered in frustration, carries a weight that can tip the scales of love toward resentment. Carl Jung, a pioneer in understanding human psychology, offers invaluable insights into the implications of such declarations. When one partner blames the other for their unhappiness, they externalize their emotional state, relinquishing personal responsibility. Jung believed that happiness is not merely found in external circumstances but is something we cultivate within ourselves. This externalization becomes a dangerous trap. It suggests that our well-being hinges entirely on the actions of another, leading to resentment and conflict. Instead of fostering connection, it breeds distance. When we blame our partners for our discontent, we ignore the role our own perceptions and choices play in our emotional landscape. Jung emphasized the importance of self-awareness in relationships. By understanding our own emotional triggers and taking ownership of our happiness, we can shift the focus from blame to growth. It's essential to recognize that relationships are a mirror reflecting our inner worlds. When a partner says, "You make me unhappy," it is an invitation to explore deeper issues, perhaps unresolved feelings or unmet needs within themselves. Rather than viewing unhappiness as a fault of the partner, it's crucial to engage in open dialogue. Acknowledge the feelings, but also ask, "What can I do to seek happiness within myself?" This approach nurtures a healthier, more resilient bond. So, remember, when faced with such phrases, pause to reflect. Is it truly your partner making you unhappy, or is it time to look inward? As we delve into part 10 of our exploration of Carl Jung's insights, we turn our attention to the cycle of blame and unhappiness. In relationships, blame often acts as a hidden poison, slowly eroding the foundation of love and trust. When one partner points a finger, the other may instinctively retaliate, creating a toxic feedback loop that can leave both parties feeling isolated and resentful. Blame impacts both partners deeply. When one person says, "You never listen to me," or "You make me unhappy," they place the responsibility for their feelings squarely on the other, fostering a sense of guilt and defensiveness. This not only hinders open communication but also breeds resentment. The accused may feel attacked and respond with blame of their own, leading to a volley of accusations that can spiral out of control. So, how do we break this cycle? First, it's essential to recognize the pattern. Acknowledge when blame enters the conversation. Instead of pointing fingers, shift the focus to expressing personal feelings and needs. For example, instead of saying, "You never support me," try, "I feel unsupported when my concerns aren't acknowledged." This approach fosters understanding rather than defensiveness. Another strategy is to practice active listening. When your partner speaks, show genuine interest in their feelings. Reflect back what you hear to ensure clarity, and validate their emotions without immediately jumping to a defense. This creates a safe space for both partners to express themselves without fear of blame or retaliation. By implementing these strategies, couples can transform blame into compassion, paving the way for a more harmonious and fulfilling relationship. Remember, it's not about winning arguments, it's about nurturing love and understanding as you journey together in life. In our exploration of relationship dynamics, we arrive at a critical phrase: "I need space." It's a statement that can evoke a mix of emotions, ranging from concern to confusion. But what does it really signify? Drawing on the insights of Carl Jung, we can uncover the deeper implications behind this request. On the surface, the need for personal space may seem like a healthy boundary, a sign that one partner is asserting their autonomy. However, Jung would caution us to look deeper. When your partner expresses this desire, it can indicate a longing for emotional withdrawal rather than healthy independence. For Jung, the concept of personal boundaries is essential in fostering a balanced relationship. He believed that true autonomy enables individuals to thrive, but it can also create distance if misinterpreted. When someone says, "I need space," it might suggest that they feel overwhelmed or suffocated, signaling an emotional disconnect that needs addressing. This phrase can serve as both a warning and an opportunity. If not addressed, it may lead to further emotional isolation. Partners might drift apart, each feeling misunderstood and unvalued. However, Jung reminds us that autonomy is crucial. In a healthy relationship, both partners should feel empowered to pursue their own interests without fear of judgment. Yet, it's essential to differentiate between healthy space and emotional withdrawal. If your partner desires solitude to recharge, that's a natural human need. But if "I need space" becomes a recurring theme, it may signal deeper issues, perhaps a lack of communication, unresolved conflicts, or unmet emotional needs. Navigating this delicate balance requires open dialogue. Ask your partner what they truly mean by needing space. Are they seeking time alone to reflect, or do they feel overwhelmed by the relationship? Recognizing these nuances can guide both partners toward a more harmonious connection, ensuring that the need for autonomy enhances rather than detracts from their bond. When your partner expresses the need for space, it can feel daunting. However, understanding this request is crucial to maintaining a healthy relationship. This is where Carl Jung's wisdom can guide us, especially for those of us in the later chapters of life. First and foremost, respecting boundaries is essential. A partner asking for space is not a rejection of you, it's often a request for self-reflection. Give them the room they need while reassuring them of your love and commitment. Remember, space can be a time for both partners to grow individually, enriching the relationship as a whole. Now, just because space is needed doesn't mean connection should be severed. Regular, gentle communication can help bridge the gap. A simple message like, "I'm here for you when you're ready," can reaffirm your support without overwhelming them. It's about finding that balance between giving them the distance they need and keeping the lines of communication open. Furthermore, it's crucial to understand the underlying reasons for the request for space. Often, the need for space stems from stressors unrelated to the relationship, such as work pressures or personal insecurities. Take this opportunity to reflect on what might be contributing to their feelings. Encourage them to share those thoughts when they feel ready, fostering a deeper understanding and connection. In summary, navigating the need for space involves a delicate dance of respect and connection. Allow your partner the freedom to explore their thoughts and emotions while remaining present and supportive. This approach not only honors their request but also strengthens your bond, demonstrating that love can withstand the trials of space. In the end, a relationship thrives on both individuality and unity. Embrace the journey together, one step at a time. In the complex tapestry of relationships, certain phrases can unravel the very threads that bind us together. One particularly potent statement is, "You're just like my parents." This phrase echoes with deep implications, especially when viewed through the lens of Carl Jung's theories on familial archetypes and psychological projection. Jung believed that our family dynamics profoundly shape our adult relationships. When a partner compares their spouse to their parents, it often reveals unresolved issues from their own childhood. This comparison can be a reflection of the archetypes, unconscious patterns, that we carry with us, influencing our perceptions and interactions. This phrase can signify a projection of the individual's frustrations and fears. They may see in their partner the very traits they resented in their parents, whether it's emotional unavailability, control, or criticism. Such a comparison can be harmful, as it not only dismisses the partner's individuality but also places an immense burden on the relationship. When a spouse is compared to a parent, it can lead to feelings of inadequacy and resentment. The partner may feel trapped in a role that they never chose, fighting against the shadow of someone else's past. This psychological projection can warp the reality of the relationship, making it difficult for both partners to nurture their connection. Addressing these projections is crucial. Open communication, as we've discussed in previous parts, can help untangle these complex feelings. By recognizing that the partner is not their parent, couples can begin to build a relationship based on mutual understanding and respect, free from the shadows of the past. In the end, it's essential to remember, every relationship is uniquely its own, deserving of the freedom to flourish without the weight of generational comparisons. In our journey through Carl Jung's insights on relationships, we've explored the intricate web of communication and emotional dynamics. Now, in Part 14, we turn our attention to a foundational aspect of our relationships, the influence of family backgrounds. Understanding this influence is crucial, especially as we navigate the complexities of marriage. Family patterns are often the invisible threads that shape our perceptions and behaviors in relationships. Jung emphasized the significance of recognizing these patterns. Our familial legacies can unconsciously dictate how we engage with our partners. For instance, if you grew up in a household where conflict was avoided, you might find it difficult to address issues openly in your marriage. Alternatively, if your parents displayed affection openly, you may expect the same from your spouse, leading to disappointment when reality doesn't align. In relationships, transference plays a pivotal role. This psychological phenomenon occurs when we project feelings and expectations from significant figures in our early lives onto our partners. So when a spouse says, "You're just like my parents," it's not just a casual remark, it's an acknowledgement of deep-seated emotions. It suggests that unresolved childhood dynamics are resurfacing, influencing current interactions and feelings. Breaking negative cycles is crucial for a healthy marriage. Awareness is the first step. By identifying harmful patterns inherited from our families, we can consciously choose to respond differently. This requires courage and a willingness to engage in difficult conversations. It's about creating new narratives that foster understanding, empathy, and love. As we move forward, remember, our backgrounds don't have to dictate our futures. By embracing Jung's wisdom, we can cultivate relationships that not only honor our past but also pave the way for a brighter, more harmonious future together. As we explore the consequences of emotional statements in a marriage, it's crucial to understand the broader implications of what has been said. Phrases like, "You never listen to me," or "I regret marrying you," may seem like isolated incidents, but they can erode the foundational trust and intimacy that every relationship relies on. When one partner expresses deep-seated frustrations or regrets, it can trigger feelings of inadequacy and defensiveness in the other. Over time, this can create a chasm of misunderstanding and resentment. Trust, once a cornerstone of their bond, begins to wane. Each emotional statement is like a small crack in the surface, and without addressing these issues, the cracks deepen, eventually threatening the stability of the entire relationship. Moreover, the long-term effects on mental health cannot be overlooked. Constant exposure to negative statements can lead to anxiety, depression, and a pervasive sense of hopelessness. For the elderly, who may already be grappling with feelings of loneliness and isolation, these phrases can amplify their emotional struggles, making it even harder to find joy in life. This deterioration of mental health not only affects the individual but also further complicates the dynamics of the relationship. Ultimately, the potential for a relationship breakdown becomes increasingly likely. When hurtful statements become a pattern, they can dismantle the very essence of partnership. What began as a shared journey can devolve into a battleground, where both individuals feel unloved and unsupported. In the words of Carl Jung, it's essential to recognize these emotional statements not just as words, but as indicators of deeper issues. Addressing them with compassion and understanding is key to preserving the relationship. Without this awareness, couples risk losing not only each other but also the richness of companionship that can be so fulfilling in later years. As we dive into part 16 of our series on Carl Jung's wisdom for couples, it's essential to equip ourselves with effective coping mechanisms for navigating those tough conversations. We've explored the emotional landmines that can arise, but now let's focus on the tools that can help you bridge those gaps and foster understanding. First and foremost, let's talk about active listening. Active listening is more than just hearing words, it's about fully engaging with your partner. To practice this, try to maintain eye contact and avoid distractions. Reflect back what you hear by paraphrasing their thoughts. This shows you're not just hearing them, but genuinely understanding. For example, if your partner expresses frustration, say something like, "It sounds like you're feeling overwhelmed by our recent discussions." This validates their feelings and encourages further dialogue. Next, we must consider the profound importance of empathy. Empathy involves stepping into your partner's shoes and feeling what they feel. When your spouse says something hurtful or challenging, rather than reacting defensively, pause for a moment. Ask yourself, what might they be experiencing? This shift in perspective can transform a heated exchange into a moment of connection, fostering intimacy rather than distance. Finally, let's explore strategies for providing constructive feedback. When offering feedback, use "I" statements instead of "you" statements. For instance, instead of saying, "You always ignore my needs," try, "I feel overlooked when my needs aren't acknowledged." This approach minimizes defensiveness and opens the door for a more productive conversation. Remember, navigating difficult conversations is a skill. By employing active listening techniques, embracing empathy, and utilizing constructive feedback, you can strengthen your bond and foster a healthier dialogue. As we continue this journey through Carl Jung's insights, keep these tools close at hand. Your relationship will thank you for it. As we continue our journey through the complexities of marriage, it's vital to recognize when to seek help. Professional therapy can be a transformative resource for couples facing challenges, especially when communication breaks down. Carl Jung believed in the power of understanding the self and the dynamics of relationships. Couples therapy is one avenue that embodies this principle. One of the primary benefits of couples therapy is the opportunity for both partners to express their feelings in a safe environment, away from the heat of everyday conflict. A trained therapist can facilitate these discussions, helping couples identify patterns that may be undermining their relationship. For instance, when one partner feels unheard or misunderstood, a therapist can guide both individuals toward constructive communication techniques, fostering a deeper connection. Jungian therapy, in particular, delves into the subconscious influences on our behaviors and relationships. By exploring personal histories and family dynamics, couples can better understand how past experiences shape their current interactions. This insight can be invaluable, especially when navigating recurring conflicts or emotional statements that trigger defensiveness. But how do you know when it's time to seek professional help? There are some clear signs to look out for. If you find yourselves frequently arguing over the same issues without resolution, if feelings of resentment are building, or if one partner has expressed thoughts of regret or withdrawal, these are significant indicators. It may also be time to seek help if you feel emotionally disconnected or if communication has deteriorated to the point where it feels nearly impossible to talk. Remember, seeking help isn't a sign of defeat, it's a courageous step toward healing and understanding. Just as Jung emphasized the importance of self-awareness, couples therapy can illuminate the path toward a more fulfilling relationship. Embrace the opportunity to grow together, and consider reaching out for that professional support when needed. As we delve into part 18 of our series on Carl Jung's wisdom regarding relationships, it's essential to address a difficult yet necessary topic: when to consider leaving a marriage. Recognizing the signs of irreparable damage can be challenging, but understanding them is crucial for your emotional well-being. First, let's talk about the concept of personal boundaries. In any relationship, boundaries serve as the framework for mutual respect and understanding. If your partner frequently crosses these boundaries, whether through emotional manipulation, verbal abuse, or a lack of consideration for your needs, it's vital to recognize this as a warning sign. Carl Jung emphasized the importance of self-awareness. If you find yourself consistently compromising your values or feeling diminished, it may be time to reassess your situation. Next, consider the psychological impact of staying in a toxic relationship. Research shows that prolonged exposure to negativity can lead to anxiety, depression, and a diminished sense of self-worth. When you hear phrases like, "You never listen to me," or "I regret marrying you," these aren't just words, they can erode your emotional health over time. Jung believed in the importance of the individuation process, finding your true self. If your relationship stifles this growth, it's worth reflecting on the potential benefits of leaving. Ultimately, leaving a partner isn't a failure. Sometimes, it's an act of profound self-love and courage. If your relationship is riddled with patterns of hurtful communication and unresolved conflict, it's crucial to evaluate whether the love you once shared can be rebuilt or if it's too deeply fractured. In our next segment, we'll explore the paths to healing and rebuilding bonds, emphasizing that every ending can lead to a new beginning. Join us as we continue to navigate these complex emotional landscapes together. In the tapestry of marriage, individual growth plays a crucial role in shaping the relationship. Carl Jung, a pioneer in understanding the human psyche, offers profound insights into this concept through his idea of individuation, the process of becoming the person you are meant to be. This journey of self-actualization is not solely a personal endeavor, it profoundly enriches the fabric of partnership. Personal growth encourages both partners to explore their identities, desires, and dreams. When each individual commits to self-discovery, they bring a more authentic version of themselves to the relationship. This authenticity fosters deeper connections and enhances emotional intimacy. Couples who prioritize personal development often find themselves navigating challenges with greater resilience and empathy. Imagine a husband who dedicates time to his hobbies or a wife who pursues her career aspirations. These pursuits not only fulfill individual needs but also create opportunities for shared experiences and mutual admiration. When one partner grows, the other is often inspired to do the same, leading to a dynamic and evolving partnership that can weather the storms of life. However, it's essential to recognize that growth can sometimes lead to discomfort. As individuals evolve, they may confront their partner's fears or insecurities. This is where communication becomes vital. Jung emphasized the importance of dialogue in navigating the complexities of relationships. By discussing personal growth openly, couples can bridge gaps that may emerge and cultivate a supportive environment for each other's journeys. In summary, embracing personal growth within marriage not only enhances individual fulfillment but also strengthens the bond between partners. As we explore the intricate dynamics of relationships, let us remember that the journey of individuation can transform not just ourselves, but also the love we share. It is through this lens of growth that we can ensure our relationships thrive, adapting and blossoming through all seasons of life. After navigating the stormy waters of conflict, rebuilding trust and connection is vital for any couple. Drawing from Carl Jung's profound insights, we can find ways to heal and grow stronger together. First and foremost, forgiveness is the cornerstone of rebuilding. It's essential to recognize that harboring resentment can create emotional barriers. Jung believed that acknowledging our shadows, the parts of ourselves we often deny, allows us to embrace forgiveness as a transformative power. To foster forgiveness, start by expressing your feelings openly. Share what hurt you, without assigning blame. Use I statements to communicate your feelings, such as, I felt alone when you said that, rather than, you made me feel alone. This subtle shift can pave the way for empathy and understanding. Next, let's explore techniques for rebuilding trust. One effective method is setting small, achievable goals. These could include regular check-ins or scheduled date nights, where both partners commit to being fully present. By consistently meeting these goals, you demonstrate reliability, gradually restoring faith in one another. Creating a safe space for dialogue is equally important. Designate a time and place where both partners can express their thoughts without distractions. It's crucial to establish ground rules, no interruptions, no judgment, and absolute respect for each other's feelings. This environment encourages vulnerability, allowing both partners to share their truths openly. Lastly, remember that rebuilding is a journey, not a race. Patience is key. Just as Jung emphasized the importance of individuation, the process of becoming aware of oneself, each partner must take the time to reflect on their own feelings and growth. By embracing forgiveness, rebuilding trust, and fostering safe communication, couples can emerge from conflict not just intact, but even more connected than before. As we delve into Part 21, we turn our focus to a critical aspect of sustaining a healthy marriage: the importance of setting boundaries. Boundaries are not just lines drawn in the sand, they are essential elements that define our emotional and psychological well-being, especially in the context of relationships. To begin, let's define what we mean by personal boundaries. These are the limits we establish to protect our emotional space and preserve our individual identities within a relationship. Think of boundaries as the framework that allows both partners to feel secure, respected, and valued. Without them, relationships can become chaotic and overwhelming, leading to resentment and disconnection. Carl Jung, a pioneer in psychological thought, emphasized the significance of boundaries in relationships. He believed that for individuals to truly thrive in partnerships, they must first understand their own needs and limits. Jung posited that when we fail to articulate our boundaries, we risk losing ourselves in our relationships, which can lead to feelings of inadequacy and frustration. Establishing healthy boundaries not only fosters emotional health but also strengthens the bond between partners. When both individuals feel safe to express their needs and limitations, it cultivates an environment of trust and respect. This dynamic is key to navigating the complexities of marriage, especially when faced with challenges and conflicts. In summary, setting personal boundaries is essential for maintaining a strong and healthy marriage. By understanding and communicating our limits, we honor not just ourselves but also our partners. As we continue exploring the intricacies of relationships through the lens of Carl Jung's wisdom, remember, a robust marriage thrives on mutual respect and well-defined boundaries. In our previous discussions, we've explored the complexities of communication in marriage through the lens of Carl Jung's wisdom. Now, let's shift our focus to a vital aspect of any relationship: encouraging open dialogue. A healthy marriage thrives on communication, and creating a safe space for sharing is the cornerstone of this process. First, let's discuss what a safe space truly means. It's an environment where both partners can express their thoughts and feelings without fear of judgment or retaliation. To cultivate this space, actively listen to your partner. Show empathy by nodding or summarizing what you've heard. This validates their feelings, making them feel seen and heard. Next, let's explore some effective techniques to encourage dialogue. One powerful method is to schedule regular check-ins. Think of it as a designated time for both partners to discuss their feelings, concerns, and aspirations. During these moments, use open-ended questions, like, "How do you feel about our recent challenges?" This invites deeper reflection and promotes a two-way conversation. Remember, vulnerability plays a crucial role in fostering genuine dialogue. It's okay to share your fears and insecurities. When one partner opens up, it often encourages the other to do the same. This mutual vulnerability can strengthen the emotional bond, creating a deeper understanding of each other's experiences. It's essential to approach these conversations with patience and an open heart. Sometimes, the dialogue may lead to uncomfortable truths. But by embracing these discussions, you pave the way for growth and healing in your relationship. In conclusion, fostering an environment of open communication is an ongoing process. By creating a safe space, using effective techniques, and embracing vulnerability, couples can navigate the intricacies of their relationship with grace and understanding. Let's continue this journey toward a more profound connection together. As we delve into part 23 of our exploration of Carl Jung's insights on relationships, we must confront an inevitable truth: external stressors profoundly impact marital communication. Stress, whether from work, financial pressures, or health concerns, can seep into the home, distorting how partners interact with one another. When individuals are stressed, their emotional reserves are depleted. This can lead to increased irritability, defensiveness, and a diminished capacity for empathy. Jung emphasized that the psyche is not only shaped by internal dynamics but also by external circumstances. Understanding how these pressures manifest is crucial for fostering a healthy relationship. It's essential to recognize the signs of external pressure. A partner may be overwhelmed with job demands, health issues, or the responsibilities of caring for aging parents. Each of these stressors can create a ripple effect, influencing moods and communication styles. Instead of viewing these challenges as personal attacks or failures, couples must come together to identify the root causes of their stress. So, how can couples manage stress together? One effective strategy is to cultivate open dialogue about external pressures. Share your feelings and experiences openly. Create a safe space where both partners can express their concerns without judgment. This not only fosters understanding but also strengthens the emotional bond. Moreover, consider establishing routines that promote relaxation and connection, such as weekly check-ins or shared activities that allow for stress relief. By facing external challenges as a united front, couples can mitigate the impact of stress on their relationship, ultimately enhancing their communication and emotional intimacy. In every relationship, it's crucial to reflect on our own needs and desires. Carl Jung emphasized the necessity of understanding oneself, especially as we navigate the complexities of marriage. Identifying personal needs isn't just about what we want, it's about recognizing what we need to thrive as individuals. This self-awareness leads to healthier relationships. Self-reflection is a powerful tool. It allows us to step outside our emotions and examine the underlying currents that drive our feelings and reactions. Are we expressing our needs in a way that encourages understanding, or are we inadvertently pushing our partner away? When we take the time to articulate our needs, we empower ourselves to communicate more effectively. Instead of blaming or making accusatory statements, we can frame our needs in positive, constructive terms. Imagine expressing, "I feel more connected when we spend quality time together," rather than, "You never make time for me." This shift in language can alter the dynamic of a conversation, transforming it from a confrontation into a collaborative effort to strengthen the bond. Remember, understanding your own needs is not a selfish act, it's a crucial step towards fostering a healthy, nurturing relationship. By reflecting on what you truly desire, you lay the groundwork for open dialogue and mutual support. As we continue our journey through the wisdom of Carl Jung, let's embrace the power of self-discovery and effective communication. In the complex tapestry of relationships, empathy serves as a vital thread, weaving partners together even amidst conflict. Drawing from Carl Jung's insights, we recognize that understanding your partner's perspective is not merely a nicety but a necessity. When tensions rise, the ability to step into your partner's shoes can transform a potential confrontation into a constructive conversation. So, how can we cultivate empathy in our relationships? One effective technique is active listening. This goes beyond hearing words, it requires fully engaging with your partner's emotions and intentions. Try reflecting back what you've heard, acknowledging their feelings. For example, if your wife expresses frustration, saying, "I hear you're feeling overwhelmed," you not only validate her feelings but also open a door for deeper dialogue. Another powerful tool is mindfulness. By being present in the moment, you can better appreciate your partner's point of view. Set aside distractions, take a deep breath, and focus on the conversation at hand. This practice not only enhances empathy but also builds emotional resilience, allowing both partners to navigate challenges with grace. The psychological benefits of empathetic communication are profound. Studies show that couples who practice empathy experience increased emotional intimacy and satisfaction. When both partners feel understood, it diminishes feelings of isolation and promotes a sense of belonging. In essence, empathy is the glue that holds relationships together, especially during trying times. In the wise words of Jung, to truly connect with another, we must first understand ourselves. By fostering empathy, we not only resolve conflicts but also enrich our relationships, paving the way for a deeper, more fulfilling partnership. Remember, in the dance of love, empathy is the rhythm that guides us through, one step at a time. Mutual respect is the cornerstone of a healthy marriage. It is not merely the absence of conflict but the active acknowledgement of each other's worth and individuality. Establishing mutual respect transforms a relationship from one of contention to one of companionship, where both partners feel valued and heard. So, what does mutual respect look like? It manifests in how couples communicate. Respectful communication involves listening without interruption, validating each other's feelings, and expressing opinions honestly but kindly. When partners respect one another, they create a safe space for vulnerability, allowing for deeper emotional connections. Respect also influences how we interpret each other's words. When a partner feels respected, they are more likely to approach conversations with openness, reducing defensive reactions. This shift can lead to healthier discussions, where both individuals feel empowered to express their needs and concerns without fear of judgment. So, how can we foster this crucial element of respect in our marriages? Here are a few strategies. First, practice active listening. This means fully engaging with your partner's words, asking clarifying questions, and refraining from forming responses while they speak. Second, engage in regular check-ins. These allow both partners to share their feelings and thoughts about the relationship. This practice not only promotes transparency but also reinforces the idea that both individuals are equally important. Finally, recognize and celebrate each other's strengths. Acknowledging what your partner does well fosters gratitude and appreciation, further enhancing mutual respect. In conclusion, cultivating mutual respect is essential for a thriving marriage. By embracing active listening, regular communication, and celebrating strengths, couples can create an environment where love flourishes and both partners feel valued. As Carl Jung wisely noted, the quality of our relationships reflects the quality of our respect for one another. In part 27 of our exploration of Carl Jung's insights on relationships, we turn our focus to a crucial aspect of any enduring partnership: shared values. Values are the foundation upon which we build our lives and relationships. They shape our decisions, influence our behaviors, and, ultimately, determine our happiness. Identifying core values is the first step in understanding how they play a role in your relationship. Take time to reflect on what truly matters to you. Is it family, career success, personal growth, or perhaps spiritual fulfillment? Write these down, and encourage your partner to do the same. When both individuals are clear on their values, a deeper sense of connection can be established. Now, let's consider the role of these values in decision-making. When conflicts arise, it's essential to return to these core values to guide your choices. For example, if one partner values financial stability while the other prioritizes adventure, finding a compromise that respects both values can lead to more harmonious decision-making. This alignment fosters a collaborative spirit, allowing you to navigate challenges together rather than against each other. But how do we align values as a couple? Communication is vital. Regularly discuss your values and how they may evolve over time. This practice not only strengthens your bond but also creates a safe space for vulnerability. Engaging in shared experiences, such as volunteering or exploring new hobbies together, can also help you discover common ground in your values. As we conclude this segment, remember that shared values are not just a checklist, they are the essence of a thriving relationship. When you actively nurture these values together, you build a resilient partnership capable of withstanding life's inevitable storms. In our journey through relationships, especially as we age, it's vital to look back and learn from our past. Carl Jung emphasized the importance of understanding patterns, particularly in our romantic relationships. Understanding these patterns is crucial. We often find ourselves repeating mistakes, unconsciously mirroring the dynamics of previous relationships. Jung believed that by recognizing these patterns, we can break free from cycles that no longer serve us. Reflecting on past experiences allows us to confront the mistakes we made, whether it was a failure to communicate, a lack of empathy, or neglecting our partner's emotional needs. Learning from these mistakes is not merely about regret, it's about growth. Each relationship teaches us valuable lessons about ourselves and our partners. For example, when a partner expresses feelings of unhappiness, it's an opportunity to examine our own role in the dynamics of the relationship. So how do we apply these lessons to our current dynamics? First, practice self-awareness. Acknowledge your triggers and behaviors that contributed to past conflicts. Next, engage in open dialogues with your partner. Share insights about your past, and discuss how those experiences shape your current relationship. Finally, remember that growth is an ongoing process. Relationships evolve, and so do we. By applying the lessons learned from our past, we can cultivate healthier, more fulfilling connections in the present. In this journey of life, change is the only constant. Relationships, much like the seasons, inevitably evolve. Today, we delve into part 29, Embracing Change in Relationships, guided by the profound insights of Carl Jung. As we age, our perspectives shift, and so do our relationships. Jung believed that understanding this evolution is crucial for maintaining a thriving partnership. Rather than fearing change, we must learn to embrace it. So, how do we adapt to these inevitable transformations? First, we must cultivate a mindset of openness. This means actively engaging in dialogue with our partner about our changing needs and desires. It's essential to create an environment where both individuals feel safe to express their evolving selves. Secondly, resilience plays a pivotal role in navigating change. Life is often unpredictable, and the ability to bounce back from challenges strengthens the bond between partners. Jung emphasized the importance of inner strength, the capacity to withstand life's storms together and emerge even closer. Another strategy is to find common ground. As we change, we may discover new interests or priorities. By exploring these shared experiences, we can reinforce our connection and foster deeper intimacy. Remember, it's not about clinging to the past, but about building a future together that reflects who you both are now. Finally, understand that change doesn't signify failure, rather, it's an opportunity for growth. Jung's wisdom teaches us that embracing the fluidity of relationships can lead to deeper understanding and appreciation for one another. So, as you navigate the journey of marriage, remember, change is not an enemy, but a companion. Embrace it, adapt, and let your love flourish amidst the inevitable transformations of life. As we reach the conclusion of our journey through Carl Jung's insights on communication in relationships, let's take a moment to recap the key phrases that can signal deeper issues. Phrases like, "You never listen to me," "I regret marrying you," "You make me unhappy," "I need space," and "You're just like my parents," are not just words, they are distress signals calling for attention. These phrases highlight the importance of open communication, a cornerstone of any healthy relationship. If you find yourself hearing these words, it's crucial to approach the situation with empathy and a willingness to engage. Remember, addressing these issues early can prevent misunderstandings from festering into resentment. Seeking help, whether through counseling or support groups, can provide invaluable tools for navigating these complex emotions. Mental health should never be sidelined, especially in the context of a long-term relationship. Prioritizing mental well-being is fundamental, not just for yourself, but for the health of your partnership. So, what can you do if you resonate with these phrases? Start with a proactive approach. Open the lines of communication with your partner. Discuss your feelings honestly and listen to theirs without judgment. And if you find that the patterns of communication remain unproductive or hurtful, consider seeking professional guidance. In the end, remember that relationships are a journey, filled with both challenges and moments of joy. Embrace the opportunity for growth, both individually and together. Life is too precious to spend it in dissatisfaction. If there are red flags, take proactive steps, whether that means having a difficult conversation, seeking help, or reevaluating your relationship. Your happiness is worth it.